David, why do I get constant mood swings?
Wow, I don't know if we want to answer that. Well, aside from, you know, how you just said all women do, for anybody, our moods swing because we're not present, we're not objective. There's two things, desires and regrets. When something happens that you're in a good mood and all of a sudden your mood swings, what happened was there was what I call an event. An event is anything. All of a sudden a certain song comes on the radio, or you smell a perfume of an old girlfriend or cologne of an old boyfriend, the first one maybe. Events are things that reach any of our five senses. And what happens is it triggers a memory. You're no longer here right now. You've gone back to the event or the memory of that event triggered. And with that, the emotion of that event. So there's that, events trigger past memories. Then there's guilt. Something will trigger a feeling or a memory of something you regret having done, or a debt you haven't paid. And debts are not all just financial. There's emotional debts, there's all sorts of debts we owe people. You owe your kindergarten teacher teaching you how to read and write, or whatever grade we learned that. We have a tremendous amount of debts. So there's all kinds of debts that you might feel and regret. Or there's desires. You see something and you wish you had. And then that creates perhaps a resentment for your current state of life. You know, your current financial position because you wish you could have that new car and so on. So all kinds of things trigger mood swings. A lot of it is the identification to the event or to something someone said that triggers in your memory. And the way to master that is to develop a mind that's always in the present moment. Because the present moment is always very neutral. It's usually quite fun, or it's an event that maybe is a problem, but in your mind you create a small problem. What is it that turn a molehill into a mountain? And you create these things. So basically, we have mood swings because we are not in control of our mind, or our memories, or our emotions. So as we work on understanding how our mind works, and how it triggers different thoughts, which bring up different moods and emotions, there is a greater stability in that. Now, I said the word control our emotions, and we don't actually control them, as in containing. Never contain your emotions. It's a terrible thing to do. You become a can of soda that's been shaken up waiting to explode, or champagne, and then the danger is the cork flies and knocks somebody's eye out. Which is probably more accurate, because when your mood swings and you blow up, it's somebody else who usually gets the explosion. So in understanding how our mind works, we're able to still have our emotions, but not be taken with the moods, as in the event that happens in the morning and keeps you in a bad mood all day because you keep that in your mind. So we can attain freedom of mood swings by no longer being tricked into living in past memories instead of the present moment.
By being aware of what's actually going on for you?
Yes, when you're aware of how the machine of your mind works, because our mind is like a complex machine with many parts. Think about a car. You have the engine, the transmission, and all the parts of a car. But the most important part of getting that car to drive stable, straight, make good stable turns, the most important part of the car are the tires, because that's where the car contacts the road. And I know this because I had a very nice Mercedes-Benz and I had to buy new tires, and I decided to go cheap on the tires. And that car drove all over the place. I couldn't control it. It was wiggling and jiggling and waving because I put cheap tires on. Put good tires, car drove beautifully like a Mercedes should. So what's the point of contact between you and everything? It's your mind. And if your mind is weak or is broken, then the point of contact means that you and the world, your life, everything that happens, will be wobbly. And therefore mood swings as the car would be swaying across the road. So when we understand how our mind works as a machine, and that's why one of the things I created I call all is mind, when we understand that and we get it to function properly, that reduces mood swings tremendously.